Alright, Schlockmeister fans, there's a movie you've never heard of and you're not going to find. Grave Defiler. Let's check it out. Alright, our black and white silent film starts with what appears to be a dead cat. And here comes a man. This is our writer, actor, director, Mr. Bob Macabre. Where is he headed, you ask? Why, the cemetery, of course. There he comes. He does what most people do when they reach a cemetery. He starts digging up one of the graves. We spend a couple of minutes of film time watching him dig this grave until he finally reaches what his goal is. Apparently no coffins in this cemetery, just rotting corpses under the ground. And there's a head. And it looks like he's eating it. But wait, there's more. Basically, it looks like he's assembling an entire body, or leftovers from a body, various bodies. I think it's time for a feast back home. With his complete, pungent, rotting corpse, he heads home. A couple hours later, it's time to eat. I don't know how much meat you're going to get off of these skeletal remains, but whatever's there, he managed to chomp on. On to look for more. Apparently in the basement of his house he has a fresher corpse there. Yeah, it seems to be a lot more meat on this one. Although it doesn't look like it's complete. I see a leg, a hand, a torso. Well, there's the other hand. Or do we have multiple hands? We have multiple everythings. Anyway, our grave defiler goes outside to continue his picnic. And we have a lurker. Macabre doesn't like lurkers. He's gonna kill that son of a bitch. I bet he does too. Maybe he just wanted to come over to have a picnic with him. He might actually be the main feast at the next picnic. He then drags our lurker away. Now this scene puzzles me a little bit. We know that our grave defiler likes eating corpses. You'd think he'd have fun with a fresh one there. Why burn the evidence when you can eat it? And that pretty much wraps up our short film. We have one final shot of the graveyard, or a graveyard. And I think that torso we saw in the basement has been laid to rest above the ground. All right, let's talk about Grave Defiler, written and directed by Bob Macabre. Now, I started putting these videos up on YouTube back in 2012, actually, January, so it's been a little over 10 years. I had a previous channel, then that one went away, and I started this new one in 2018. Periodically, I've had a couple of low-budget film directors reach out to me and say, hey, can you review my movie? And I say, yeah, send me a DVD copy, and I'll be happy to do it. And they've done it. But the very first one to do it was Bob Macabre back in 2013, actually. And he sent me a DVD of his movie Nocturnal Butcher, which I reviewed about a year ago, maybe a little longer than that. And included with that was this extra disc here called Grave Defiler, a 28-minute short film. And this film was actually filmed in the summer of 2009. Nocturnal Butcher was filmed in Christmas 2009. If you recall that one, there was some snow and stuff, so that makes sense. Bob Macabre is a picture Rob Zombie on a smaller scale. He's a local heavy metal guitarist. I think he writes his own music and things. And he's also an occasional filmmaker, hence Nocturnal Butcher and Grave Defiler. He wrote, starred, directed, did everything with both of those movies, actually. And this was the second one. It was a silent film. The clips I showed you there, basically we have this guy. He's played by Bob Macabre. He's a grave defiler. He is somebody who likes to rob graves and eat what he finds. We see him dig up a head, and then he digs up the rest of the body or other parts of bodies, takes them home, has a feast on his picnic table outside, goes back in the house where he has some more corpses in the basement, feeds on those a little bit, takes them outside, and he eats them on the picnic table too. Then we have an intruder who comes by and starts lurking around, looking around through windows and everything, and Bob decides he's going to kill that son of a bitch. So he stabs him to death. And then I made a comment when I was reviewing it that I thought that was a little odd, because we have a guy here who enjoys eating corpses, but rather than have a fresh new corpse to eat, he decides to simply burn the evidence. And that's what we see. We see him drag the body away and burn him. I don't know if that would completely get rid of all the evidence, though. I mean, look what happened to Stephen Avery. He tried to get rid of his evidence, and they still found remnants left over. So anyway, maybe he was just cooking it, and he was going to eat some of the charred remains later on. I don't know. He seems to like gnawing on remains, so there you go. And I'm guessing that fire didn't get rid of all the bones either, so there you go. Anyway, and that pretty much ends our film. We have a final shot of this torso, upper torso, sitting in laying in front of a grave at the cemetery, and that's it. Grave Defiler. So there you go. Now, I actually contacted Bob this past week to find out what year this movie came out because I couldn't remember, and I wanted to put it on my review here, 2009. I'm actually more shocked that both he and I are using the same email address that we used 9 years ago. Go figure. But like, you cannot find this movie anywhere. I looked on Bob's YouTube channel. He's got a ton of videos on there, and I tried to go through them as best I could. I did not see that he has uploaded Grave Defiler to it, so I don't think you can see this on YouTube. However, he did upload the trailer. That's there. The trailer's on this little disc here too. So, and maybe I missed that, I don't know, but I don't think it's available, although I'm sure if you ask him, maybe he'll upload it. I don't know. I will leave a link to Bob Macabre's YouTube channel down below. In fact, I'll go find my Nocturnal Butcher video and put the link on there too, because you cannot buy these. I can't give you a link to Amazon to buy these because they're just not there. So what are you going to do? Places you can see this movie: my house, Bob's house. That might be it. So anyway, that's it. Grave Defiler. I'd say go check it out, but you probably can't. But you can check out Bob's YouTube channel. I'll leave a link to it down below. Any questions about that? Ask Bob. He might have the answers for you. Check it out. Grave Defiler. Leave some comments. Let me know what you think about it. Watch it. Bye. Thank you, Bob.